Earth Science, another video. This is Norris Teaches Science with me, Mr. Norris, in the Earth Science Edition videos. I'm still talking about lithosphere stuff. Today I talk to you about soil formation. And so the video goal is I can explain the structure, composition, and formation of soil. And I'm saying soil, not dirt, because there's a difference between them. And in Earth Science, we talk about it as soil. All right, so what is soil? It's the part of the regolith that supports the growth of plants. And the regolith is a layer of rock and mineral fragments that cover most of Earth's land surface. Cool fact, soil scientists are called petrologists, um, just so you know. So let's talk a little bit about how soil is formed. Soil is formed by the weathering of the rocks. We talked about that in a different video. That is carried away. That would be erosion. And then those are deposited into layers. And the soil formation really depends on 5 factors. So the 5 soil formation factors. The first one is parent material. This is the source mineral matter in the soil, what's being um, weathered and eroded. That's really important to understand what type of soil will form. Time is important. It's actually important for anything geologically. And the longer a soil has been forming, the thicker it becomes. The other three are climate has the greatest factor in formation because it soil formation is influenced by the temperature and precipitation, the depth, and the type of weathering that's going to occur to create all the soil. Organisms, they furnish the organic matter in the soil, and of course slope. If you have a steep slope, you are usually going to have poorly developed soils. So soil characteristics, we're going to talk about a few soil characteristics. And the first one is called soil layers, which we also call soil horizons. All right. So if you look over on the picture on the right, you have them labeled out for you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each layer. You have the O horizon. We're going to start from top down. O horizon is the top layer. It's an organic layer. It usually has a bunch of leaf litter in there, just random stuff. Then you have the A horizon, which is the topsoil. It contains humus and plant roots and some organic stuff, and it's good for the plant growth. So the E horizon is the leaching layer, and it's usually composed of some sand and some silt. The B horizon is the subsoil. I am right here. It's usually composed of clay and mineral deposits. After that, you get the C horizon with regolith with some slightly broken up bedrock, and then the R horizon, or people call it the bedrock, which is the unweathered rocks. Another characteristic of soil is soil composition. All right, so if you look at soil, 45% of the soil is made of mineral matter. 25% of it is air. There's actually air pockets inside of there. 25% is water, and then 5% is organic matter. And organic matter sometimes consists of something called humus, which is decayed remains of organisms. Soil characteristics, you got to talk about your soil texture. This refers to the portion of different particles, different types of particle sizes. The largest size being sand, followed by silt, which kind of feels like flour. And the smallest particle size is something called clay. And then if you mix all three together, you get something called loam, which is best for plants. And we use a soil triangle to figure out what type of soil there is based off the three particles: sand, silt, and clay. And here's the soil triangle. And one thing you're going to have to be able to do is actually look at the soil triangle. They're going to give you percentages, and you're going to try to figure out where the soil, what type of soil it is. So if you look at the soil triangle, on one side it says percent clay. You go across with percent clay. The other side says percent silt. You go down diagonally from top right to bottom left. And at the bottom is percent sand, and you go from diagonally up from bottom right to top left. So let's look at this first one. It says 60% clay, 20% silt, and 20% sand. So what you do, you are going to plot all three lines and see where the lines intersect. So if we look here, percent clay is 60. So I draw the line for percent clay at 60. Then percent silt. Silt is 20. So you read from top to bottom with silt. You find 20, and you go along and you draw your line across. Right now we kind of see where two of the lines are intersecting, but we still need to see where the next line will intersect. The next one is percent sand. That's at the bottom. So you read right to left here. You find 20. You follow that line up, and you get clay right here. So the texture is clay. So I'm going to change the color. I'm going to change it to blue this time for this next one. This time it's 20% clay. It's going to be 40% silt and 40% sand. If you notice, these numbers add up to 100%. So clay, on the left side, we find 20%, and we draw a line. Then silt, 40. Come on the silt side, go from top to bottom, find 40, draw a line down. And then find last one, sand, right to left at the bottom, we find 40, draw a line up, and we look where all three intersect. They intersect right here, and this is loam. All right, I want you to try the last one on your own. Pause the video real quick, try it on your own. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to change back to the red marker. So this one says 10% clay. So we come on the clay side, read from bottom up, find 10, draw a line. 20% silt. So we go on the silt side, find 20, and we go down. And the last one says sand, which is 70. So we go on the bottom, read till we get to 70 sand, and we draw a diagonal up. They intersect right here. So this is sandy loam. And this is a soil triangle. But this is a little bit about the soil. Practice using the soil triangle. I hope you learned something today. And this is Miss Norris, and I'm out for this video.